When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike,
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your moves.
Blog Talk Radio.
Writing your book is the easy part. Promoting your book so readers can find and purchase it is the hard part. Welcome to the Author Chat Show, hosted by author-publisher Lynda D. Brown. Follow us at www.facebook.com/authorchat. And to contact the show to promote your book, contact me at theauthorchatshow@gmail.com. Stay tuned and listen to today's show.
Good morning, and welcome to the Author Chat Show with Lynda D. Brown. I'm your host.
Writing your book is the easy part. Promoting your book so readers can find and purchase it is the hard part. Welcome to the Author Chat Show, hosted by author-publisher Lynda D. Brown. Follow us at www.facebook.com/authorchat. And to contact the show to promote your book, contact me at theauthorchatshow@gmail.com. Stay tuned and listen to today's show.
Good morning, and welcome to the Wednesday morning edition of the Author Chat Show. I do apologize. It looks like we're experiencing some technical difficulties at the beginning, but it looks like we're now all good to go. Today's guest is author Dr. Louis Meline. Dr. Meline is stopping by the Author Chat Show to discuss his new book, Lies Exposed: The Truth About Dieting, Supplements, Weight Loss, and Exercise. Now, for those of you that are listening on a regular basis, we all know that this book is right up our alley. So we're sitting here with pad and pencil ready for some great tips about dieting, supplements, weight loss, and exercise. We'll be right back to chat with Dr. Louis Meline after a word from today's sponsor.
PrimeStar Publicity and Public Relations is a full-service firm ready to fill the needs of their clients. Owner Helen Cook has more than 32 years of publicity, public relations, advertising, and marketing experience, and she focuses her professional talents on working with her clients' strengths to create customized, strategic campaigns, whether their needs are great or small. Radio, TV, print, internet, publicity, marketing, creating a social media presence, branding, client positioning, author tours, speaking events. These are just some of the services PrimeStar provides for their clients. For a complete list of services and other information about the company, please visit our website, www.primestarpublicity.com, or email Helen at helen.cook@primestarpublicity.com, or phone 903-654-0938. PrimeStar's home office is located in the Houston, Texas area.
All right. Excuse me. Welcome back to the show. For those of you just tuning in, today's guest is Dr. Louis Meline. Dr. Meline is stopping by the show to chat with us about his book, Lies Exposed: The Truth About Dieting, Supplements, Weight Loss, and Exercise. This is Dr. Meline's first appearance on the Author Chat Show. Dr. Lewis, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you having me on your show. It's an honor to be one of your guests and be able to present my book.
Well, we're honored to have you. Well, thank you so much. We're honored to have you on the show. Dr. Lewis, since this is the first time that you've been on the show, and his name is actually Dr. Lewis Meline. I have a habit of calling my doctors by their first name, like Dr. Oz. Dr. Meline, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I think as I give a little history about myself, I think it'll kind of lead into to see why I wrote this book. I was raised on a farm. I was raised on a farm in southern Idaho. Just a farm kid. Grew up, almost got drafted into the military when I was during the end of the Vietnam War. I joined the Air Force to avoid being drafted just because I wanted some education. And coming from a poor farm family, I just didn't have an opportunity. I couldn't see an opportunity to get an education. Well, while I was in the Air Force, I was overweight and out of shape, smoking cigarettes, stuff like a lot of military people do. Mm-hmm. And I was to the point where I just couldn't stand being out of shape and overweight and everything. So I decided I'm going to find some way to overcome this. So I started looking into ways to exercise, and I finally settled on weightlifting. I kicked the smoking habit and started exercising. So I discovered that I started looking into these weightlifting magazines, books, things like that, and diet was a big part of their plan. So I started looking into diets and nutrition, exercise, nutrition, things like that. Well, I started following their diets, and their diets included many supplements and things like that, extra protein, vitamins, and everything that was going on at the time. So I jumped into that and heavy into exercise and following the routines. Well, after a few years of this, I discovered that I wasn't getting what I expected out of these supplements and the diets and things. So I kept researching and looking into things. After the military, I got an opportunity to go to med school. I'm thinking, okay, great. Med school is going to answer all these questions I have about nutrition and things like that. It's going to settle us out for me so I'll know what's going on. But it turned out not to be the case. In med school, they don't really have time to dig heavily into nutrition. And as I discovered later with my own research and stuff, nutrition, they know a lot about how things function in the human body. They know a lot of the things that we need to be healthy and things like that, but there isn't an absolute. There's not just, this is what you have to do, and if you do exactly this, you're going to be healthy. The supplement industry kind of jumps on the bandwagon of when a new discovery is made, like omega-3 fatty acids, and they come out with some new discovery, and then the supplement industry jumps on that and says, oh, omega-3s can make your memory better, it's going to do this and that and the other, and then they produce a supplement, they put it out there, and people see their advertisements, and their advertisements are so enticing. And you read that and go, oh, my God, I have some of that. And so you go out and buy some omega-3s, and then you add that to the other cupboard full of supplements that they've been advertising and putting out there. But nobody along the way was really willing to stand up and tell the truth. After working with this for a number of years and eating the supplements and exercising and doing all this stuff, like I said, I noticed that I wasn't getting the results that I expected. So instead of just jumping into these supplements and things that as they come out, I started looking into what's the reality. What are other people doing? You look at people at the gym and you see that they're doing really well in their exercise program. You ask them, what are they doing? What's their diet? What are they supplementing and things like that? And after a few years of studying this, I discovered that the people who were doing the best were the people who were eating the best diet, regardless of the supplements they were taking. Okay. Excuse me. And So I started looking into the actual supplements themselves and, what scientific evidence they had that would make these supplements better or that make your body require these supplements. And there wasn't any real information there. Nothing solid that would just definitively say, yes, this is a benefit if you supplement it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started putting together information about these supplements. And my first approach after a while was, I thought, well, I'm going to refute these things. I'm going to pull up the evidence that says that these things are not necessary, they're not really beneficial, and why, and I'm going to write a book about that. And so I started collecting this information. I collected a huge pile of information that was just overwhelming, and every time I was getting ready to start new supplements to come out, new things to research, and I thought that this is a never-ending battle. So what I finally decided to do was to write a book that just educated people on what they needed to know about nutrition, what the facts are. If you're properly educated, you can see for yourself. When you see these advertisements stuff, you know that they're just taking advantage of people's ignorance, and you can see that there's really no need for these supplements if you're doing the right thing with your diet. And along the way, I've been doing this. I started 40 years ago, and it's been probably 15 years. Probably the last 15 years, I've been working towards, what's reality? How should we be eating, and these sorts of things. And it's been about 10 years ago that I started writing this book, which I finally...
Right. Dr. Meline, can I...
Yes.
Excuse me, can I interrupt you to ask you a question?
Yes.
Excuse me. Okay, so basically what inspired you to write this book were all the lies that you saw on TV, magazines, about how supplements can really help you lose weight. So are you telling me, because I know there was a big thing not too long ago with Dr. Oz, for those that are listening, that watch his program on a regular basis, I think he came under fire for supporting and actually promoting, the Cambio Garcinia, or do you know what I'm referring to? What is that, and exactly why is that not a good thing to take?
Okay. I'm not familiar exactly with what he was promoting. I'd have to look that up and
okay.
And then I can tell you exactly what and why. There's lots of stuff that he's promoted, like the raspberry ketones. I know he had on his show.
Right.
And there was the green tea that was really big for a while. I know he had that on his show. And several things. I don't watch the show on a regular basis. There's too much stuff going on to, try to follow this up. Like I say, I tried to follow this stuff and then refute everything as it came out, but there's just too much of it. And so I'm mostly concentrated on, especially in the book, just educating people. What do you need to know? And why is this information false? How do you know it's false? Now, another thing they get away with is, if you look at the general diets of the population, most people don't eat very well nutritionally. And by nutrition, the vitamins, the minerals, these things our body needs in order to function appropriately, these things are missing from a lot of our processed foods and a lot of the things we eat. We just don't get the vitamins and minerals and other things that our bodies need. Now, there's the three components: the proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. These are energy food components, but they're also used structural components in our bodies. The cells use these things for other things other than energy, structural components, functional components in our bodies. And when this is not taken in appropriately, then our body still malfunctions. Even due to the types of fat, amounts of fat, and things that we eat. So the big thing is to, for some of these people who are eating poorly, or many people, they take some of these supplements and they feel better. It does something for us. Wow, this is the best supplement. This is the greatest thing I ever found. I'm really glad I found this. Well, what that's telling me is their diet is deficient because they're getting something from this supplement that they should be getting from their diet. It's not that these supplements don't supply components that our bodies need. It's just that they're supplying a huge excess. They're giving us way more than our bodies need. And they're giving us something that we should be getting in our diet. We don't need the supplement to get these components.
Right.
So it all boils down to, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said I have heard that if you eat correctly, there's really no need for any type of supplements, not even a healthy multivitamin. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, for years, this stuff seems to be so self-evident that for years I thought, you know, somebody's going to write a book on this stuff and they're going to tell everybody what I'm thinking that I'm going to write and bring forth. But nobody's really talked about that. I see lots of books written by physicians, written by nutrition experts, written by all kinds of people, and they all seem to have some kind of an agenda. They talk about eating correctly. They put some twist on eating so that you have to eat a special diet the way that they prescribe it. And then they have some supplement or something that you have to take in order to achieve the results that they're promoting. And it's just not true. There's lots of good information out there as far as eating healthy, proper diets, maybe. But it's all mixed in with a whole slew of propaganda, say supplements and other things. And so how do you sort the truth out of all of this? How do you figure out what's true, what's not true? You know, most people don't have the background to go to a website and read through their information and say, well, this is wrong and this is right. No, that's a good piece of information, and put it all together. They just don't have the background. And there's so much bad information mixed in with good information. How do you sort that all out? And that was the intent of my book, was to sort this all out so that you could read the book and understand how this is what this means. And then I present in there just an outline for you what you need to do to eat healthy. And it's simple. There's nothing tricky or confusing or anything about eating healthy. It's a very straightforward process, and I present that in my book, just so you know exactly what you have to do to eat healthily.
Exactly. Excuse me. Now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we return, Dr. Meline is going to read an excerpt from his book, Lies Exposed, The Truth About Dieting, Supplements, Weight Loss, and Exercise. So don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
PrimeStar Publicity and Public Relations is a full-service firm ready to fill the needs of their clients. Owner Helen Cook has more than 32 years of publicity, public relations, advertising, and marketing experience, and she focuses her professional talents on working with her clients' strengths to create customized, strategic campaigns, whether their needs are great or small. Radio, TV, print, internet, publicity, marketing, creating a social media presence, branding, client positioning, author tours, speaking events. These are just some of the services PrimeStar provides for their clients. For a complete list of services and other information about the company, please visit our website, www.primestarpublicity.com, or email Helen at helen.cook@primestarpublicity.com, or phone 903-654-0938. PrimeStar's home office is located in the Houston, Texas area.
All right. right, welcome back to the show. Dr. Louis Meline is here with us today, and he's about to read an excerpt from his new book, Lies Exposed, The Truth About Dieting, Supplements, Weight Loss, and Exercise. Dr. Meline, what page and what chapter are you going to be reading from?
Well, I'm going to read a couple of sections here. I pulled some people to see what their ideas were on something that was kind of grabbing to them. And I think there's lots of sections because each section of the book talks about something else, and each section, I think, presents some very important information. I think, excuse me, I was talking earlier about educating people about understanding the fallacies or being able to understand why these supplements and things are not what they say they are. And there's a section called Medical Science. And I'll just read a little bit from it. It says, considering the great medical advances of our time, you may have a hard time believing that medicine cannot do things to make your body function better than it is designed to. Most people have the impression that science knows everything about the human body and that there are drugs that can control every aspect of its physiology and psychology. They are under some kind of delusion that new drugs are being discovered that will modify the body so that it will lose weight while they eat non-nutritious food and somehow be healthy. People assume that chemicals are found that will control their moods or desires, such as drugs to make them want to quit smoking or no longer crave food, slow their aging, and make them strong, etc., all without having to put out any effort. Most medical problems develop primarily from the improper care of your nutritional and physical needs. You continually bombard yourself with poor nutrition in the way of fast food, snack food, carbonated drinks, candy, etc., not to mention smoking, drinking, and ingesting other harmful chemicals. Treating your body this way results in a shortage of nutritional components. Now it has to deal with the excessive amounts of fats, carbohydrates, and other undesirable chemicals or pollutants without the associated nutritional components needed to process these food elements or eliminate the unwanted pollutants. You further compound the stress in your body by failing to provide adequate physical stimulation that would also help it deal with the excess fats and carbohydrates and undesired pollutants. Over time, this continuous bombardment overwhelms your body's ability to function properly, resulting in high blood pressure, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, many lung diseases, mostly caused by smoking, cancer, and other disease processes. When your body gets to the point where it's no longer functioning normally, you seek medical care. Most of these problems, especially in the early stages of functioning, can be corrected by lifestyle changes. A proper diet will improve nutrition, and exercise will improve cardiovascular and musculoskeletal fitness functioning. When proper diet and exercise are insufficient, or when the patient is unwilling to commit to lifestyle changes, medical interventions may be necessary. The irony is that even in the early stages of malfunctioning, physicians prescribe medications rather than working on ways to promote self-healing with proper nutrition and exercise. This is mainly due to lack of knowledge about nutrition and exercise on the part of the medical community. Also, since you are going to the doctor, you expect or sometimes demand to be given medication that will correct the problem. Now you're taking medication that in many cases has severe side effects, but you are doing nothing to reverse the process that caused the problem in the first place. One such problem is osteoporosis in menopausal women, a condition where the bones thin and weaken, making the person vulnerable to fractures, curvature of the spine, and other related bone problems. Some medications used to treat this condition can cause osteonecrosis, death of the jawbone, and or severe bone muscular pain with other side effects. Besides having to deal with the problems from the medication, you are still pursuing the lifestyle that promoted that medical condition. Rather than taking the medication, you should improve your diet, increase calcium and vitamin D intake, and increase weight-bearing exercise. I realize that there are many people who cannot exercise. They just have to do the best they can with nutrition. However, the number of these people compared to the number who can exercise is very small. One point in medicine's favor is that many times the disease process has progressed beyond your body's ability to self-correct under any circumstances before you seek medical help. However, don't forget the previous discussion on limitations of knowledge. So that's that section. I don't know how much time we have to read more, but each section kind of builds on the next section in improving the reader's knowledge on what does medical science know? How do we know what we know? What does your body need? And there's sections relating to the physical functions you need to understand. It's very simple. There's nothing scientific or in-depth there that, one has to be educated in nutrition to understand. It's written for everybody. And go ahead.
No, I was saying, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's just written in such a way that, it's written in such a way that anybody can understand this. This is a section out of the very early parts, where I'm just educating people on what they need to know. Further on, we get into really what is the obesity crisis? What is the health crisis? Why is it there? Why isn't it being addressed appropriately by the medical community? We know that the reason these other people aren't addressing it is they have an agenda. They have something to sell you. They have a product that they want to sell. So they're spewing the information to entice you to buy their product. The rest of the book is going to deal with the diet and exercise, how to eat properly. And like I say, these things are very easy to do. It doesn't take any special diet. You can do it on foods that are available at the grocery store. It's going to result in changing your diet. Most people don't eat healthy. You can't keep eating that way and eat healthy. You have to learn to eat healthy. But it's not a diet you just switch to. This is something that you learn to do. Once you know what you're supposed to do, you start working on it over time. You develop new eating habits that will result in a healthy diet. And once you're eating healthily, you're getting the proper nutrition, you're going to be as nutritionally healthy as you can be. And this is all without any special diets, any special foods, no special diet program, no supplements. This is just on the foods that are available to us. It's there. It's available to us. We just have to learn how to incorporate the healthy foods into our diet so that we can be healthy. And with this weight issue, the weight issue comes because people don't know how to achieve weight loss. And we've all heard this, calories in, calories out. You eat too many calories, you're going to gain weight. If you don't eat as many calories as you need, you're going to lose weight. And that is very true. And it doesn't matter where the calories come from. These people talk about special foods, if you eat this food, it's going to make you lose weight faster. No, it's not. It's the calories. And it doesn't matter whether these are good calories or bad calories. You can lose weight eating a very poor diet. You can gain weight eating a very healthy diet. So it's calories. So you need to learn to eat the appropriate amount of healthy foods in order to be nutritionally healthy and get your weight to where you want it to be. And you don't have to have exercise in order to control your weight. That's another fallacy. Exercise is very necessary for physiologic function. And I have a good section in the book discussing physiologic function. But exercise is necessary for this proper physiologic functioning. But you can't have good physiological health without good nutritional health. And that's why most of it concentrates on nutrition and eating appropriately.
Okay. We're down to about 90 seconds, Dr. Meline. You are getting some good reviews about your book. And also, I really like the book cover. You did a great job with that. Can you share? Absolutely. Can you share with our listening audience how we can connect with you online, please? Okay.
I've got a website. It's www.healthfiascorevealed.com. That's HEALTHFIASCOREVEALED.com. I have an email. It's Dr. Meline, DRMELINE, @healthfiascorevealed.com. Also find me on Facebook. Facebook is Health Fiasco Revealed, and Twitter is Dr. Meline Health. And they can find me on all of those platforms. So they can contact me anyway. There's places on my website where they can email me from my website, email me directly, contact me on Facebook, Twitter. It doesn't matter. If somebody has a specific question or some product, like you brought up about Dr. Oz, I'd be happy to address that. I have a blog on my website where I address lots of issues. I'm digging into details there for people, diet programs, supplements, specific ones that they're looking at. So you can go on my blog, and there'll be lots of additional information on there. And I think that pretty much covers how to contact me.
Okay.
My book is available. My book is available on Amazon. So you just go to Amazon, type Lies Exposed. You'll be able to find the book there.
Exactly. Okay, and it looks like currently your book is only available in the paperback format. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, great. Any plan to make that available in the ebook?
Yes. I'm working currently to get that available in ebooks.
Okay.
And that will be available very shortly. And they'll be available hardbound too. I'm thinking most people are probably going to go for the softbound and the ebooks. Softbound is available, like you said, and ebook will be available very shortly.
Exactly. Okay, currently the paperback is $19.99. So, Dr. Meline, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing great information, the reasons why you wrote your book and the great information that's in there. We really wish you the best as you go forth promoting your book. Are you currently working on a new book?
I'm not working on a new book. I'm working on promoting this. I think the information in this book really needs to be out there and accessible to people, and that's what I'm working on now. It's just make sure people have access to this.
Okay, great. Wonderful. All right. So thank you again for coming on the show. Again, we wish you all the best, and we really look forward to you coming back once the book really takes off, or if you're working on something new. Just send me an email, and we'll be happy to have you come back on the show.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And like I say, I consider it an honor to be on your show and be able to let people be aware of what they should be doing as far as their health and nutrition goes.
Absolutely. And to be honest with you, you did such a great job. You had such informative information that I did not have to actually ask so many questions. You did a great job really answering them even before I could put them out there. So you did a really great job, Dr. Meline.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, sweetheart. Listen, get out there. Sure. You get out there and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, okay?
Thanks, and you as well. And thanks again for having me.
Thank you. Absolutely. Okay, bye-bye. That is Dr. Louis Meline. Okay, and he is stopping by the author, and he stopped by the show to discuss his new book, Lies Exposed, The Truth About Dieting, Supplements, Weight Loss, and Exercise. Well, so again, if this is a problem area for you, I really hope that you get out here and check out this book, because like he's telling us, there's a lot of misinformation out there. So if this is something that you're working on, let's go ahead to Amazon and get a copy of his book. Thank you so much for tuning in to our show today. We'll catch you back here the next week this weekend on the Arthur Check Show. Bye-bye.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can seem intense. Like breakup R&B intense.
I thought you said you loved the sweater that I got you. If you didn't, you could have told me.
Geico makes it easy. Just go to Geico.com anytime to update or check your policy without all the extra drama.
I even had a gift receipt.